Come on, I don't have all night.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luck. Luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Ideal. Pocos, pocos.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. This key will surely grant me access to the basement. Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
Nici ăla.
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Cea mai șmecheră armă. Nu. Nu e.
These
Edu.
skulls can be so ferocious.
Punct.
I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. It's locked, all right. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked. Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug
Trecurări,
overdose,
stoarceri,
perhaps?
stropeli, mâși, urin, pateuri.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman. The chest was originally opened to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
Mori în iad.
I cannot enter.
Venit.
Ai revenit?
Da, am revenit.
E bun.
Bă, vorba lui Flaviu, mă, ce spune Flaviu asta? Să-i futem în gură pe ăștia, pe turci.
Păi da.
Da, mă, bă, n-am văzut atâta răutate, mă, cum sunt ăștia, mă, fătui în gură să-i sparg. Lasă-mă că nu sunt ca turci ăștia, mă, dă-i, mă, dracu, bă, tu te-ai uitat să vezi că a pus pistolul la cap la un copil? Lasă-mă în pula mea de șmecherie. Bă, nu știu de ce să... Bă, nu știu de ce să zic, că n-am văzut. Bă, eu n-am văzut de ce să vorbesc. De ce să vorbesc dacă n-am văzut? Dar uite, la asta chiar am văzut. Să pui pistolul la cap la un copil de 10 ani, 11 ani cât avea copilul ăla. Ce, te duci Call of Duty?
Tu nu mai intri să te joci.
Păi dacă am stat calculatorul, ce să mai intru? Nu mai intru, îți dai seama.
Te pui la somn, nu?
Pe ce mă, că uite, mai puțin, mai sunt vreo 20 de minute și gata, mă bag la somn.
Merg la muncă mâine.
Merem la muncă, merem.
E
Tu nu
bun.
mergi la muncă?
Merg și eu. Merg și eu, cum să nu merg și eu. Trebuie, nu?
Păi da. Ia bagă pe aia mișto așa, cum o bagi tu, îți dau două pleșe peste ochi.
Ne dau două pleșe
Păi,
peste ochi.
Deci mișto să aude pleșe. Dar ce sunt alea, mă, pleșe? Cârpe? Ce dracu? Îți dau două cârpe peste ochi? A? Sau palme? Ce vrea să zică cu pleșele astea?
Palme.
A, palme.
Aha.
I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Bă, dar ce vrea să aude, mă, două pleșe?
Două pleșe peste ochi.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Și după urechi.
Da, așa îmi zicea mie Alex, îți dau trei pleșe peste urechi, sau cum ai zis, mă? Da? Eu să fiu violentă.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate.
Oh,
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Boli.
da.
It seems you have bad.
Ce mai faci, Boli?
I refuse to see
Ce
this
să facem,
industrious
frățeară?
slaughter as
Uite,
scientific progress.
mă uit aici la
War
Avatar.
only reveals the
Ei,
worst in men.
We
The
can't
Avatar
use the real
Eng.
subject, Dr. Ackroyd.
da, de la... Ei,
Avatar Eng, mă.
de la... Ei.
De la Eng.
Păi
Nu?
da. Păi da.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel
Bă, eu am și zis așa, dacă o da Dumnezeu să-mi cumpăr o garsonieră, am și zis, frate,
The benefit.
că vreau peretele din cameră să fie așa mare, așa cu Avatar, Eng, așa frumos pe tot peretele așa. Mamă, șmecher așa. Când intră în starea Avatar.
But I have heard
Iau.
of you, Dr. Reed.
Aha.
Când intră în stare de șoc.
Și tavanul,
I have not wasted
și tavanul să fie ca un fel de nor, așa frumos tavanul. Șmecher rău să fie tavanul.
Mișto.
Aha. Dar să nu fie tot perete, adică un cap mare de Avatar, nu. Să fie cum ar veni jos, iarbă așa frumos,
Aren't you
înțelegi?
too old for such
Și Și tot așa, trec cu Avatar să fie pe iarbă, așa, nu știu,
A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me,
Da.
Harvey.
pe pleala.
Man, eu acum am văzut că tu când mi-ai scris pe Discord, te referi că m-ai sunat, eu acum am văzut că m-ai sunat pe telefon.
Pe telefon, dar.
Da, eu n-am văzut, acum am văzut că m-ai sunat pe telefon. Am văzut că mă sunat să-i pe Facebook.
Numărul ăla e al lui mama.
I have always respected the
Măi, păi
skills
că
of
nu
Dr.
salvez.
Swansea.
Știu, dar ți-am zis ca să știi așa.
Dar ăla mă sunase dinainte sau?
Da, și după aia te-am sunat pe Facebook.
Exactly what are
Ok,
you
eu
talking
nu acum am
We're
văzut.
here to save lives. The
Nu-i
people who
bai.
trust us are not volunteering for experimentation.
E cu,
They're
e
here to be
cu
healed.
pleșele peste ochi.
Volii cu pleșele peste ochi.
Even if I, as
Și după urechi.
Cac să mă strecor, să vomit
pushing the boundaries of medicine.
peste mine.
Direct pe
Modern medical methods were created to
ele cu bârâbâie.
There are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect
El
our
s-a
patients.
născut la BRB-uri. Ai, ai, ai.
Thank you for your
Valii
Plane și
berbedeuri.
BRB-uri. Da.
Good evening, Doctor.
Îmi dau o
I believe
pleșă
we're going
peste
to be
ochi.
working together. Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir. Thank you. And you are? I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer.
Hâț, hâț, Johnule. Dă-i ale. Ardă-l. E mort. L-ai omorât. Și îți place, bă, payback-ul ăla.
Care
Need for Speed Payback. De te-ai jucat azi.
A, ăla cu NFS-ul?
Aha.
Da, e foarte frumos, are o grafică superbă. Dacă aș avea 8 giga pe el, mă, cred că s-ar vede mult mai șmecher.
Da.
Nu?
S-ar vedea, a?
Da. Bine, că și pe 2 giga pleacă video să vede ca lume. Dar mă gândesc așa că se vedea ăla, cum îi cheamă, 4K.
Mhm.
Da.
admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe.
Păi,
I'm
ce nu
waiting
mai?
for a batch of products I
Mai
ordered
nimeni.
for my personal research. Yet
Nu-i
my
bun.
supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop,
Grasul nu mai
with
intră.
your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
E bun.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
Că toată lumea sunt copii și mi-au de dreptuie.
Weapon against the ravages of
Auzi-l pe grasule.
Ce
What
faci,
would you choose to
copii?
be a doctor?
I'm not
Eu
ashamed to admit you and your work
fac
have inspired me.
stream cu
I am honored to have the
Vampyr.
opportunity to work by your side.
Tu ce faci?
Bă, da. Dădeam niște teste cu GoPro.
You will obtain nothing
Bă,
from
e
me by
bun.
flattery, my young colleague.
Oh, I was not
I-a
flattering you,
schimbat
sir, not
cardul.
at all. Just clumsily expressing my sincere admiration.
Celălalt era putregai. Da, mă, nu-i plăcea frigul, îngheța sistemul în el. Am schimbat cardul. Vedeam niște teste în 4K, dar imuist în 4K, bă.
Imuist?
Do you need
Papă
my
multă
medical
baterie,
attention,
a?
dear colleague?
You don't have to
Nu
worry.
neapărat baterie, că am 4 baterii, dar m-am uitat, am făcut teste și cât filmează în 4K cu o baterie și cât filmează în 4K în 1080 cu o baterie. Filmează o oră și 10 și o oră și 17, diferență de 7 minute. Problema e că
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
100 card de 128 mi ajunge 3 ore.
Nașpa.
Cam 40 de giga pe oră.
I will not let you
3 ore și 17.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient
Dă-ti
here needs
cu toți
immediate
caii din
treatment.
lume.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
I will not let you down, my boy. I'm all right.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Da.
How long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Am revenit.
Ah.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days. Another night with the glorious battalion. Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that Cadogan fellow.
Hey, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
How is the situation around here?
Situation is all right. It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Fine.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Goodbye, Milton.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in. The flower's dying. It needs water.